Welcome to Coco Joe Corner, and today is all about the full moon. Whew, I don't know if anybody's feeling it, but I'm sure feeling this wishy-washy energy. My God, yesterday I just kept on feeling it and going through it. And of course, yesterday we started Mercury Retrograde. And so that's going to be lasting all the way up to October the 2nd. And so during that time, we have this energy of different ways of moving things around. For example, technology, computers, electronics, these things does get affected. Believe me, I don't know how much time I was trying to do my videos and it just didn't work. I mean, it would just get stuck. And so these are the kind of energies that is floating around. Like yesterday, well, I can say this morning, I couldn't even sleep. I'm like walking around at 1:30 looking outside and I can feel it. You know, and 4 o'clock passed, I'm outside over there, sitting outside and just getting the more, getting myself in tune and relaxing and really feeling that I need to feel grounded, you know. And when you feel that, you need to fill your soul with that feeling, you know. And that's when our beloved four-legged friends or our pets comes to us and we just hug them and grasp some of their great energy. And that's what it is. It's really finding a fine-tuning of what you want to feel, what you want to feel inside your heart, because right now this wishy-washy energy and this feeling is really erupting in very different kind of aspect when it comes down to relationship. You know, whether the passing of, you know, the Queen out in London, and can you imagine the relationship dynamics of all of that is happening? Well, that's what's happening all over in each and everyone's situation, whether it's between you and your loved ones, or whether it's between you and your business or work, or even family members. This wishy-washy feeling is going to be very erupting, emotional, spiritual, because there is a huge change of direction. You know, they say that this is the new era, and it is. We have, you know, God bless the Queen. She passed away, and the changing of the throne over to God bless the King now. Their anthem has changed. The rhythm has changed. The monarchy has changed. And so these energy of changes where the old versus the new is happening. And I've been saying this throughout my Coco Joe Corner. You can look back at all of my videos and things like that, because it is, as we say, the changing of the guards, the changing of life. And so when we are in this situation, it's really not good to make a hasty decision, because hasty decision can really hurt other people. Meaning that, let's say you and your friends are in some kind of disagreement and you butt heads about something because you bring something back from the past, or some kind of hurting wound, you know, feelings or things like that, because it's a very emotional month this month, because there's going to be rejection and emotions. And when rejections and emotions stirs up the pot in September, because September is a month of really giving birth, rebirth, giving that energy of new life. When that happens, a lot of this emotional roller coasters is happening. And the way the things are aligning, people, like I mentioned in my last video in August, is that you know, a lot of these things are going to start to change, where famous people is going to be passing away. There's also going to be changes in our way of how people are dealing with narcissistic people. That's going to change. And so far I'm right. Look what's happening with Kim Kardashian, for one example. Look what's happening with Meghan Markle, for one example of great example of narcissistic people. Their life are just changing around because the people are now looking at ways of seeing and really appreciating life. It's not about you, or it's not about all that Benjamins. It's not about all these things that we saw in the old world, that we kind of got away with it, really. And so these are things that's going to be a very intense energy. And that is when we really practice in mastering your energy. Meaning that when we feel overwhelmed, because you're going to see the changes on how people react and start to feel that the change of the old versus new. I was just talking to, you know, a potential client who, you know, couldn't wait to talk. And it's funny because I gave a free 15 minutes consultation for my Minical Microbubble system. And if it clicks, our conversation will last over an hour and 15 minutes, because it's that energy of really finding something that is new, that it all makes sense to them. Just like how we see things in the news right now, and how we got very much educated in 2020, and how much the media really change and really get our concept of mind frame and really playing with our emotion. And so now that we see a lot of things of changes, it comes down to really how we're really going to have that control, or having somebody control, or choosing the freedom that is there. And of course, freedom has its price. Freedom has its joy, its trials and tribulations. But freedom gives you that control of really seeking that new way of life. You know, and like I said, like my potential client said, I'm over it. I'm over stuffing my dogs with medication, waiting 3-5 months for the vet, also getting another whole batch of another medication, and you know, the cost of working with you and doing this Minical Microbubble. At the end, it saves time, money, and most of all, she said, I'm in control. And I said, exactly. And so that's what really the new world is all about, is finding, really seeking what is real happiness. Finding what is really this wandering mind of yours versus this anchor mind that could possibly happen. Because really it's the choice of that mindset that you want to see in the next 5 years from now, right? Because we are already in September. We only got literally 3 more months. We're at the last quarter of 2022. So we're already thinking ahead of what is happening for 2023. And so you have to start to, like, you know, what we do is really research and development. You know, how are you going to seek and find your path? Are you going to take that chance and reinvent yourself? Are you going to take that chance and not really do anything and just go with whatever I have to do because that's what it's expected for me to do? And that's really creating your expectation, your interpretation, and really investing who you really want to be, who you really want to be in the next 5 years. Who do you want to see in your life? And I think 2020 gave us the hard knocks of life, of really on a lot of things, because there was so much divide amongst people. You know, so much divide, whether it's in the medical field, the health field, the government field, the politics, everything, you know. And so there was a straight across border that we had to really choose, or don't know what to do, and have somebody else control our mind, thought, and frame. And this is where we all got strong in mastering really our energy of mindset. And so really this month is finding that path. And because why? There's going to be a lot of secret that's going to start to unveil, and it's going to start to change a lot of direction on how you see, feel, and most of all, emotional trigger. They already tested it, you know, because when you test a product or service, you don't expect the results to happen right away. You have to wait to see how it's gonna see, feel, react, and the direction. And so a lot of us has changed our own self. I, for one, really changed. My lifestyle and my mind, my body, my spirit, my soul has changed like tremendously. And from my lifestyle that I was living in LA and being here for almost, you know, since March of 2020, has given me a better new direction. It gave me a better, this anchoring system of how I want to receive my energy around it. And so a lot of times people say, well, she changed or he changed or whatever changed. We all change because we all decide to really grow up and have a much more mature thinking of life. It doesn't matter whether you're 15 years old or 50 years old or 80 years old. You know, because we had to make a very decision. And that decision today is what is the product, what happened in 2020. And that has bring you to this fork in the road in spiritual ways and how you see things, the creative way of you thinking, really the outer state of really your mind. And whether you change to be much more simpler and look for a very simple lifestyle and reconnecting to your source. We all have this source. And these sources, whether it comes from dreams or you get this deja vu or you get reconnected to a certain person, place, or thing. And when that happened, record it. Like, why am I getting this phone call from this person all of a sudden that I haven't spoken to for the last 3 years? Or why did I bump into this person that I haven't seen for 10 years? And so a lot of these dreams and deja vu and reoccurrence of reuniting and reconnecting you is a time where we have to really record. And when we record, right, we press the record button and we record our thoughts, mind, and frame, like what I am doing today, which is September the 10th, full moon, which tomorrow is going to be September the 11th, which a lot of people understand. And when we hear that, means 9/11, what happened in New York with the Trade Center. And so a lot of times if we keep on looking back of what happened, we can look back because it happened. It's the reality. You can't erase 9/11. You can't erase what happened in the past, in your relationship or in your love, or, I can keep on saying, I'm never going to get married again, or I'm never going to love again because I was so hurt. That you need to release. You need to release that state of mind, because in order for you to start with a clean slate of emotion, you need to really put aside that feeling of unknown, insecurity of what if that's going to happen again? What if 9/11 is going to happen again? What if that person's going to, hurt me because that's what happened in the past? We all have to really take the time to really focus on this mental energy and this mind attraction and how we can activate, because I always say there is a reason for a season, for a lifetime. And that's how we get this thing sometimes from the universe on attracting us, right? Mind attractive of mind activation, because somewhere in our soul we are searching for that, or want to rekindle into that energy, that spirit. I think we all come into this earth with good intention, with good spirit, and that's how we meet people. We get acquainted with people, and from there rekindle some kind of relationship, whether it's for love, whether it's for business, whether it's for sportsmanship, whether it's anything. And so really we have to really understand and work hard this month, because in the next 2 months, a lot of things to do with toxin from a lot of different ways, when it comes down to whether it's the drugs or whether the toxin that's going to come from the environment. These are the things that's going to start to stem up starting in the next 3 months. And so the choices that you choose, really pick it from the heart, because this fork in the road that you're going to face is this love connection of yourself. Love, it has such a big word, because it's not all these romantic and this and that. Love finds it much deeper, because we've already experienced all of these things, and that was the old energy. But right now you need to start working on the new beginning, the new empowerment of energy. And it's really this liquid energy of mermaid energy, just really opening up your chakra, opening up your heart, opening up your soul, instead of scrubbing back the old feeling, scrubbing back like, this and that. Work it where you're have a much more clairvoyant view of your inner self. And by doing that, you need to start to curate your world, your big ideas, and a bigger, newer life. Because the law of attraction is what you put in. And if you keep on pondering and pondering what happened in the past, how are you ever going to find the healing of what happened in the past, and how you can bring that healing messages into a new happiness of life? And that will give you better vision of your health and well-being. Because right now, there's many attraction of the law of attraction, and the legal law of development. That energy is really, really strong. And so that comes together with the love of energy and what you choose to bring into your heart, your soul, and your vision. Because once you feel that light is going to help really wake up your soul, your bare feet, because you have to really think that and really start to judge things through your heart. Because our head, our monkey mind or our cheetah mind is going to go somewhere into the rabbit hole and start making us go back instead of going forward and taking that chance and judging the good spirit. Because a lot of times we always choose, like, you did this and that's what happened to me, or it's so easy to point the finger, and you can't keep on pointing and pointing, because you know what, there's no direction, right? If you keep on pointing, that's what happened to me, and this is what's going to happen to me, this is all point blank, that we get so much blank fires that we're so scared to go forward, because we don't want to get fired or we don't want to get hit. And that's why you have to do, it's not that person responsibility. It's not your mother, your father, your friend, your husband, your wife, your lover, brother, sister, friend. That is not their thing to do. It's you. Because this carbon footprint of whatever you see that's happening out there, this carbon energy, unless you want to turn that into this crystal light energy, it's not going to happen. And those that's already feeling this carefree of life, of feeling good, because you work so hard to create that foundation of what you want, that you're anchored to go forward, to really find that peace, that really great energy of unconditional love, and that will create that blissful life. And so it becomes, when you get into that blissful life, it's a magic zone, okay? And when that magic zone is start to happen, is because that's when it's the time of the right opportunity to happen. In other words, don't keep on pushing when somebody doesn't want it, right? You push and push and push. And the further you push, the further that person, that energy will go. So today, in this full moon, is time to let go. And when you let go, who knows? Maybe when it's the right opportunity, they'll come back to you with the right energy. So if you keep on pushing and pushing and pushing to a point of, irritation, figure it out. Really, do you still want to live in this kind of friendship, this kind of marriage, this kind of work environment? So really, finding something and thinking things through from the inside out. Because when you do, you're going to be so prepared, because in the 3D level, which means the 3D level is what we see out here in the outer world, it's not going to really affect you, because October, November, it's really when the chaos is going to happen. But you have a choice of either you have that fear, or you have the choice of love. Because when you love something, you will feel that peace and feel that bliss. I am so loved of what I'm doing right now. I'm so feeling the right path when it comes to my business and myself as a whole. I feel that whatever comes to me will have its right time and its right place and it's the right moment. I'm not going to keep on pushing to have somebody, please be my client. Please, I beg of you. Please, please, I'm going to give you all these discounts. Please, I'm going to show you how to do this. Please, don't do that. Don't please that energy out there that is a wandering, and I'm going to go back to that wandering energy, because that wishy-washy wandering energy is so powerful. You need to be careful. So really, and it's the Mercury Retrograde. And so don't push things like, oh God, please sign this contract. This is your last chance of getting this opportunity. We hear it all the time, right? Sign up now before it's too late. What is too late? You're giving your power of control to somebody else. That is what I'm saying. And so go with your heart. Seek deep into your heart and find it. And say, okay, yeah, I'm going to be signing up with Monica this month because I feel there is that magical connection. And I feel that it's the right moment. Or you can say, whoa, I'm not going to sign up with Monica because I'm not sure. God, that's a lot of work I got to do. And there's a lot of unknown of things I'm not really prepared for. If you feel that, don't jump, because why? You're going to be splitting your butt in half, because you got the wishy and the washy that's going to split it to give you that wishy-washy effect, and you're not going to be balanced. So I rather have you be balanced, be prepared, you're anchored down, and you're ready to rock and roll. You know, because I tell my client, fine, sign up. If that's what you want, this is what I'm going to offer you. Sign up. It's going to take 30 to 45 days to create your custom-made Minico Micro Bubble system, your machine that's all yours. And you can find out all about that on my website at cocojor.com, where you can actually get the machine or sign up for an individual class or a business class. And we have so much information. Plus, our shampoo and our conditioner is also available in our CocoJor shop. So there's a lot of things going on. And most of all, I enjoy doing these kind of segment on my CocoJor Corner, because I hope I could bring in some light, some direction, and giving people some clarity that, oh my God, the way I'm feeling right now, am I okay? Yes, you are okay. You are perfect, because really just stay tuned to your heart, stay tuned to your soul, and most of all, live life so you know that you're going to live a peaceful, happy, blissful life. So I can't wait for our next segment. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate you can click on the like button. And most of all, you take care. And don't forget to take out your crystal to re-energize and start getting things ready to let go. Maybe it's not the right time now, but you know what? Who knows? The ball will always be in your court, because as long as you can stay focused, and most of all, be happy. Aloha and take care.